So, you're living in Japan, which is amazing. But what if I told you that a simple traffic stop could become a huge immigration headache? Today, we're going to break down how a traffic ticket, something most of us just brush off, can have some serious and kind of hidden consequences for your visa. Let's dive in.
All right, be honest. You get pulled over, you get a ticket. What's the first thing you think? It's just a fine, right? Pay it, forget it, move on. Yeah, that's what most people think. But here in Japan, it's not quite that simple.
And here's why. The reality is, certain traffic violations can actually put your visa renewal in jeopardy. And not just that, but your application for permanent residency, and even your shot at becoming a citizen. The stakes are way, way higher than you'd think.
So, to really get why this is such a big deal, we need to look at how Japan handles traffic penalties. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. It all comes down to two very, very different kinds of tickets. Okay, so check this out. It's like there are two different worlds of traffic tickets here. On one side, you have administrative fines, the hansokin. These are your typical blue tickets for smaller stuff. You pay the fine, and that's pretty much it. But on the other side, you've got criminal penalties, or bakin, and these come on the infamous red ticket. This is a whole different ballgame, and it can land you in court and even with a criminal record.
So, what counts as a minor violation? Think of something simple, like you're in a rush and you forget to wear your seatbelt. That's a classic KB Ihan. You'll get that blue ticket, you pay the fine, and for the most part, that's the end of it. No court, no big drama.
But then, you have the serious violations. And we're talking about things you absolutely never want to be involved in, like drunk driving, a hit and run, or driving without a license. These are treated as actual criminal matters, and this is where that red ticket comes out. This is the line you really don't want to cross.
So, what happens if you get that dreaded red ticket? Well, forget about just paying it online and moving on. Nope. You are required to show up for a court hearing. A judge will decide your penalty, which could be a massive fine or even getting your license suspended. The bottom line is, a red ticket means you're officially in the court system. Oh, and on top of all of this, there's Japan's demerit point system working in the background. Every single violation, big or small, adds points to your license. If you rack up too many, you could face suspension or even lose your license completely. It's another layer of consequences you have to keep in mind. All right, so we've got the tickets and the points down, but let's get to the part that really, really matters. How does all of this connect to your future here in Japan?
Let's just lay it all out. When you're applying for permanent residency, a couple of minor tickets probably won't ruin your chances. But a criminal penalty, that red ticket, that can absolutely get your application rejected. And when it comes to naturalization, becoming a citizen, the bar is even higher. They scrutinize everything.
And this right here is the magic phrase you need to know. The good conduct requirement, or soko zenyo. This is the standard that immigration officials use to judge you. And it's a really broad term, which means they can look at your whole history. A bunch of minor tickets or unpaid fines can be seen as proof that you don't meet this good conduct standard.
And you might be wondering, okay, but how far back do they even look? Get this, 5 years. That's the typical look-back period. So a mistake you make on the road today could still be hanging around, affecting an application you file half a decade from now. That's a pretty long shadow.
Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The biggest fear for any foreign resident, deportation. When does a traffic violation get serious enough to even be in that conversation?
All right, deep breath. Let's be super clear on this. You're not going to get deported for a routine speeding ticket. Deportation is for extremely serious situations. We're talking about major traffic crimes combined with other offenses, or things like overstaying your visa. A normal traffic violation by itself is highly unlikely to lead to that.
So now that we know the risks, what can you actually do to protect yourself and your status here? Let's run through a quick but really crucial safety checklist. This is your game plan. It's simple. First, always, and I mean always, pay your fines on time. Never, ever ignore a ticket or a court summons. And when you do apply for PR or naturalization, just be honest. Declaring a violation is so much better than trying to hide it. Seriously, getting caught in a lie is almost always seen as worse than the original ticket.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's this. The violation itself matters, of course, but how you handle it, being responsible, being on time, and being honest can matter even more for your dream of staying in Japan long term.
And I'll leave you with one final thought to chew on. As you think about your future here, Ask yourself this. Do you actually know what's on your driving record right now? It might be a good time to find out. Thanks for watching.